From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 Podcast for Thursday, June 6th. We begin with an update on a case we brought you 5 years ago. Baby Amaya disappeared in 2019, and her remains have never been found. At the time, we spoke to Amber Robertson, the mother of 8-month-old baby Amaya.
Somebody could know something, and somebody does. My daughter didn't just come up and disappear on her own. Someone knows, and someone needs to come forward.
Robertson has now agreed to plead guilty in the case in a deal that could mean less time behind bars. We're now working to find out whether a judge will accept the guilty plea from the girl's mother. Yesterday, Amber Robertson agreed to plead guilty to neglect of a dependent. If the plea deal is approved, prosecutors will drop several other felony charges against her. The deal also requires Robertson to avoid contact with her ex-boyfriend, Robert Lyons. He has already been sentenced to 16 years for his involvement in Amaya's disappearance. IMPD says they think a shootout between two people sent both to the hospital, though they still haven't said what may have started it. Just before 5 yesterday evening, police responded to a person shot at 27th and Meridian. Then a few minutes later, officers were called to another person shot at 29th Street and Central Avenue, just a few blocks east. The first person shot is stable. The second is in critical condition. IMPD says they are not looking for any suspects. Staying with news from IMPD, funeral arrangements are pending for James Toller, the first African-American chief of police in Indianapolis. Toller's death was announced by IMPD yesterday. He was the Indianapolis Police Department's chief from 1992 from 1995. Current IMPD Chief Chris Bailey remembered Toller in a statement on social media saying, "Chief Toller was a trailblazer whose dedication to strong police community relations and improved internal processes have left a lasting impact on our community and department." The unclaimed remains of 168 Hoosiers have now been laid to rest. They were buried at Mount Pleasant Cemetery in Greenwood yesterday. He Knows Your Name, a local ministry that partners with Indiana Funeral Care, helped organize the event. This is the first time either organization has done a ceremony like this. There was a marked headstone, a dove send-off, hymns, and the people's names were read out loud.
There is no honor and dignity for them to sit in a back room in the dark, unknown, and never celebrated.
Indiana Funeral Care says the issue of unclaimed remains is a problem that's common across the U.S. On to a story out of Washington getting national attention. Senate Republicans blocked a bill that would have guaranteed access to birth control across the country. The Right to Contraception Act would have enshrined a federal right for a person to buy and use contraceptives like birth control and condoms. Republicans say the bill was unnecessary and overly broad. Democrats pushed for the bill. They say there's an increase in Republicans targeting birth control since the Supreme Court's ruling striking down the federal right to abortion care. When it comes to the weather, Storm Track 8 says it's going to be a warm day and it comes with less humidity than what we've been seeing. Meteorologist Tara Hastings has your News 8 Daily 8 forecast.
We've got mostly sunny skies out across much of the state. A few clouds moving through here and there, but lots of sunshine. That's going to win out today. Up to 69 degrees right now in Indianapolis. Westerly wind at 9 miles per hour. And the dew point value, that's a measurement of how much moisture is in the atmosphere. Anything from 60 and above feels a touch uncomfortable. And when we had yesterday, upper 60s near 70, it felt very muggy. But lower humidity is going to continue to move in and head across the entire state. So it is going to be a beautiful day. Temperatures right now coming up into 70 degrees in Rockville, 68 Crawfordsville, also Danville and Greencastle, 67 in Greenwood, and then eastern sections of Indiana, Richmond right now at 68 degrees. So we do have sunny skies pretty much across the entire state. We have one little thin deck of clouds moving across parts of central Indiana, but that's about it. Overall, a beautiful day and a quiet day on tap here. 70s expected by 11 o'clock today, and we'll climb into the upper 70s near 80. Mostly sunny skies, but it is going to be a bit breezy at times. We're going to see those winds switch direction more out of the west and northwest today. Could gust up to 20-25 miles per hour. High temperatures will be in the upper 70s, South Bend and Fort Wayne. Lower 80s from Indianapolis and areas southward. We'll talk much more about what we can expect for the weekend, all in my 8-day forecast.
To get a peek at the full forecast, just head over to wishtv.com, or you can download the Wish TV Storm Track 8 app. And don't forget to check out our Storm Track 8 weather blogs. And we wrap things up with Pride Month celebrations. The annual Pride Festival and Parade are just 2 days away. One of the many groups making a joyful noise on Saturday will be the Pride of Indy Bands. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez reports.
Yesterday, the Pride of Indy Band celebrated its 19th anniversary with its annual community music night. The concert band performed alongside the Indianapolis Women's Choir at the Schrott Center on Butler University's campus. Now, their marching band will be making its way right down here on Mass Ave this weekend for the annual Pride Parade.
That's kind of a roller coaster.
Pride of Indy Bands came together back in 2005 to perform at Pride. Founding member Laura Blake says at the time they didn't even have a name. Since then, it's hosted 2 national conferences for LGBTQ+ bands, countless regional events, and even had some members perform at President Barack Obama's inaugurations.
We're creating an actual community for people to feel safe and included, express themselves how they want to. And then we also make some great music at the same time.
Current President Gwen Takedo actually joined the band in part because of Blake after a 2-decade hiatus from music. She says band was her outlet throughout middle school and high school. She hopes to be that outlet for others.
Having band gave me a place that I belonged, even if the rest of the community didn't make that seem so.
Fellow board member Jacob Bullock marched with the band for the first time in 2017. He says pride and music go hand in hand.
I love just having a place in the city of Indianapolis and then in this band and in my life that I can fully be myself. But it's just very cool that there are thousands of people that are there, screaming and supporting you and what you're doing.
Pride of Indy Bands was Indiana's first LGBTQ ally band. A former member started a similar band in Fort Wayne.
Having an outlet inspires other people to have an outlet. It's a ripple effect. We're here, we're queer, and we're successful.
The nonprofit sponsors a few other ensembles, including a jazz band and a color guard. They are always welcoming new members. The Pride of Indy Band says that it welcomes musicians of all ages, all abilities, and all identities. Reporting downtown, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This has been your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Thursday, June 6th. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.